leadership. I see it in our business leadership. I see it in churches, in leadership a lot of times. This is something that happens in leadership, and it's a failure of leadership. And it's this: people want quick fixes. Just fix it. Just fix it right now. Instead of actually looking at what it's going to take to make it right, to do it right. Yeah, I can cover something over for just a little bit, but it's another thing to actually do it right. People want the quick fix instead of understanding that sometimes you have to go through a short-term pain in order to have a long-term gain. Now, I hope that makes sense to you. Sometimes you might, people want the quick fix because I don't want the pain. Well, I'm going to tell you what, sometimes you got to go through the pain short term to have a long term gain. Sometimes it just goes that way. Put it to you this way: if you need to have surgery for whatever, that's a short term pain. Sometimes it's a lot of pain, but it's a short term pain. But if it could give you a long term gain, that, hey, it's going to extend your life by 25, 30 years. You know what? I think I can deal with a week or two of having a few issues to have that long-term gain. And again, people in leadership need to understand that sometimes you can't listen to the crowd, you can't listen to the mob. You have got to do what's right, regardless, for the long-term health of everything. Again, that cuts from government officials all the way down to our business leaders, to church leaders, to everybody, to pastors and everybody. Let's do the right thing, even sometimes if it's not very popular. If you know it's right, then do it, because that'll give you the long-term pain. Quick fixes just add more work and make it harder to get to where you need to be in the first place. Give you another example of this. I've seen people who, instead of, I'll just use this number because it's easy. Well, it's going to cost $1 to fix this at your house. Well, I'll spend 50 cents and I'll just quick fix it. And then you know what ends up happening? They end up spending $2 when if they had just spent $1 in the first place, they could have saved themselves a whole dollar and had it fixed right in the first place. Sometimes quick fixes, most times quick fixes are not a good thing. And again, if you're a pastor, if you're in leadership of any type, I encourage you to look at the long term, the long view. Don't look at the short term, the quick fix, because it's going to get you in more trouble. It's going to add to the problems, and it's going to make it harder to get to where you want to be in the first place. So again, let's look at the long term. Let's look at the long game and not look for quick fixes, because they get you in a lot of trouble.